In this video, I'm going to be showing you one of my favorite features, which is called Multizone. So with this feature, you're going to be able to split your screen into different zones and play different content on different parts of your screen. Now I'm going to show you how to do it so you can do this yourself. For my example, I want to split my screen so that I can have my toast menu, in this case, on one side of the screen, and on the second side of the screen, I want to have different content to showcase some of my items that I may be serving. If you're interested in the toast menu, check out the link below. We have a nice walkthrough on how to create your toast menu, so check that out. So here's going to be my menu. This looks good, and I will not want this to rotate, but I do want to include a couple of images that might change on my other side of the screen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add those photos that I have, and I will add pictures. Here we go. And these are going to be the pictures that I want to rotate. Okay, I'm going to simply upload them here to my library, and I'm going to have, a picture of my pizza, pizza number 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to split the screens to show different content. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist for the left side of my screen, and that's going to be my menu, and that's not going to move. So I'm going to create a playlist, and perhaps I'll call this menu non-scrolling, just so I know that this is not going to change. And on this side, I will put my menu here. Okay, great. Now I'm going to create a second playlist of the scrolling content, right? This is going to be the content that's going to be changing and dynamic on my screen. So again, I'll call this scrolling content. And I'm going to add those 3 images of my pizza. Fantastic. There we go. So now I have my pizza 1, pizza 2, and pizza 3. Now, one thing you want to do here, and it's a great feature here as well, is you can actually control how fast or how slow the images change. So if I click on this particular image, I have my duration. So currently, this image would be on my screen for 30 seconds. Maybe that's a little too long for me, so perhaps I'll change this to 5 seconds. So that now every 5 seconds that photo will change. And I'll do that for my next image as well. And for my last image. And just put in 5. Oops, there we go. Perfect. So now in my playlist, I'm gonna have these 3 images, and they're going to change every 5 seconds. Wonderful. So now I have my scrolling content playlist and my menu non-scrolling playlist, which has just my menu. So now let's put it together. Go back to presentations, and we have an app called Multizone. And this is where we assign those playlists that we have just created. So on playlist number 1, I'm going to do my non-scrolling. And on playlist number 2, I'm going to do my scrolling content. There we go. So now what we have here is we have our menu here and our images, which now rotate every 5 seconds. Now we have a few different things we can do here. We can have an RSS feed if you'd care to do so. Maybe you can put in, entertainment news if you'd like. Perhaps you want to have your own custom text. So maybe you're having some pizza specials here, right? You can have your own scrolling text, or you can have none. So just delete that. Okay. Now we can go down a little bit, and we have some other features here as well. For example, if you wanted to put your weather, you can do so here, or not. You can also have date and time. You can have a QR code if you'd like. So perhaps you want a QR code that takes you to your website. You can put that in here as well. Right, so these are all of the options available here in Multizone. Now, in my case, I don't want to do these, right? All I want to have is going to be just my menu and my images. And if we navigate here, we have a few different options. We can actually click here and turn this into a 50-50 split, right, which is pretty cool. And again, these will be changing here every 5 seconds. You can do a 60-40, you can do a 70-30, and you can do a 75-25. Now, here's the duration for your entire multi-zone app. So for example, when this entire piece of content comes on your screen, how long would you want it to be there for? And again, we can control the duration. Maybe I'll say that on 60 seconds. Wonderful. So now I have my multi-zone app, which looks like this, and I'll have my scrolling content. I now want to play that on my screen. So what I would have to do is go back to my screen tab, go into my playlist, and I have some other content here, and maybe I want to replace this with my new dynamic multi-zone app. So I would simply remove these pieces of content and add multi-zone. There we go. So now my multi-zone app is in my playlist. It's got my content here, and it's got my scrolling images here. And I'm gonna be done with that, and I'm gonna publish. And just like that, now my screen is split into 2 sections, playing 2 different pieces of content, and I can control it from anywhere and anytime.